time for us to start. We stand for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance.
Ready? Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for bringing us all here tonight, and we just thank you for all that you do for us. And Father, I just ask that you be with all of us as we go through this meeting tonight, and that you help us to just do your will and all the things that are on the agenda tonight. Just help us to know that we're supposed to lead by example, Father. So let us set that example for not only us as a group, but for the citizens of this community. In your name I pray.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
At this time, we enter into the public. No, I'm not on. Now, sorry about that. At this time, we enter into the public forum. Each individual will be allowed 3 minutes. And at this time, I don't see any green cards, so we will pass that up. There are no presentations. The consent agenda, number 6, includes non-controversial and routine items that the council may act on with one single vote. If the council wishes, they may pull the item from the consent agenda, discuss and act upon it individually. And all we have on the consent agenda are the minutes. And I might add, breaking down those minutes, I've never seen any broken down that way, that thoroughly. I couldn't remember all that going on.
Motion approved.
Oh, we paid attention.
Who was that?
Who's that, Chris? Who approved? Michael. Second? The motion second, any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 5-0. Under business, consider and possibly take action to approve the city of Overton to solicit bids for the elevated water storage tank rehabilitation project to be funded through the American Rescue Plan Act. What is the wishes of the council? You want to give information on that, Shane?
Okay, so this is where the state sends out an inspector. They come out yearly or every 2 years, I think. And, they look at that and they send us a report on what we need to do. And so they did do that, and I got it with the engineer here a month ago. And the bid proposal is it's a little over 300,000. And, this is not, if we want to or not, it's if we have to. And, now the bid proposal is one thing, but then the engineer put this out for bids, just like he did our ground storage tank. And then so, it'll come in hopefully somewhere around all that. We don't know where that'll come out, come in at until we put it out there. But that's basically what we're doing. It's not if we want to, it's if we have to. So that's where we're at on that. So I guess we need y'all's approval on we having to do that.
Someone make a motion?
Motion's approved.
We hope, we've got so many places for the ARPA money that we got more places for ARPA money than we have ARPA money. But this is probably one of the places that I have to kick in at. We'll probably try to, hop the chief of police's pickup that y'all bought him, or we can try to, make ends meet here.
Give me one of those new golf carts.
Golf cart.
Did we get a second, Mike? Any discussion?
This is what TCQ is requiring. correct?
Right.
Yes, along with, not only this one, but also the ground storage tank on well number 5, which will open up bids.
On the 7th?
It's one day next week, I think.
On the 7th, I was thinking, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. So they'll open up bids and we'll, see who to award that to. next. By the way, I don't know if we talked about this or not, but so well number 5 ground storage tank, I think we did talk about this, but it'll get shut down. The well will get shut down, and we've worked with, we shut it down for 2 weeks, so we've made it with well number 7 with no problems for 2 weeks. And really it was for a month, but I just didn't tell nobody for 2 weeks to make sure everything was gonna work. We went ahead and bought a new well pump for well number 7, even though we put one in 2021, just to have in case. I've got it in that room back there. That was it was $20-something thousand for that pump, in case well number 7 goes down while well 5 is down, cause it'll be down for 30 days, if we're lucky, 30 days plus. So we've got a well pump out there. If the well goes down on well number 7, if the pump goes down, we've got a new pump that we can go back down and hold with it. It's just it'll take a day to do it, if everything goes right. So that's what we're up against. And another thing we're up against, with well number 5 being shut down. So well number 5 is what sends, we've got booster pumps out there. And that's what sends water to town real fast to fill our tower. So we've gotta, that's gonna be down. Well number 7 will fill our tower. The only thing that's gonna hurt us in case of a fire. So if we have a fire like we had at the Family Life Center down there, we're gonna be in a bind, but I'm sure our fire chief will make arrangements with New London to where we can have water there if they're at their nearest fire hydrant to get water. But that's, there's some gambles with all this, but that's just what we're up against. It's not really what we wanna do, it's just what we have to do.
What well is that on 42?
On 42, that's well number 6. And it's got some problems as far as,
Does it feed the same
particular
line?
matter.
it can feed the same line.
You gotta do the tower and find the thing.
It would have to go through the booster pumps. But the thing about it, we've got a bad ammonia problem out there. So we can't really put that in our system until we build a treatment facility out there to treat that before it ever goes into our system. I'm assuming that's why it got shut down. Supposedly it's one of the better wells here, but, I know we haven't used it a long time, 20 years probably, or longer. But that's something we might wanna look into in the future if we can ever get an extra dollar or two, which is probably pretty scarce, but, is to set a tank out there and get a treatment facility out there to treat that water. Well, commercial well costs over $1 million to drill, and we've got one right there that we don't need to use because of, something we need to work on to make it where we can use it. Just some things to look at for later on.
I'd be for that.
I would do, yeah.
Do we have a motion and second? Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 5-0. Discuss and take action on purchasing a new excavator. Approximate bid, anything for that?
Yeah, I've got some bids. We've got a lot of, if it wasn't wore out, when we got here, it was abused and wore out. It's not greased, we've got a backhoe back there that's 10 years newer than the one I own personally, and it's got 9,000 less hours on it than mine does personally, and it looks like World War III in it. It's terrible. But, we've got some bids. I'm not sure we're gonna go with these bids. I'm gonna try to make a few more phone calls, but this was going with Kubota. And we can still look at Yanmar, John Deere, Cat, but we know that's gonna be higher. So we're just trying to look at something that we can get, the parts availability and what we can go with. But one, let's see, Bagley Tractor in Longview, which we have an account with, and they haven't took in consideration, this bid wasn't in consideration, it's a municipality, so we should be able to help there. But it was at 75,810. Normandy tractor was 85,600, and this is all on the same size tractor. Normandy is normally $2,000 or $3,000 less than all the other dealerships, but for some reason they're not this time. And then low tractor is 71,616. I mean, that's $4,000 right there, $4,000 less money, but I'm gonna check with, Vermeer over here off of I-20 about a Yamaha and just see what those are. We've got a contractor there in Henderson using one of those, and they've had good luck with them, so just kinda give us some more options, but that's what we're looking at with Kubota, but I'm not sure we'll go with Kubota yet.
What we gonna do with the old excavator?
We got some good potholes around here. I mean, it's junk, just probably auction it off.
That thing was off, right when we got done with the dam.
Right in one.
We got done with the dam.
Really? Okay.
We was gonna buy a back wing to mow
Oh, damn.
that connected to it. That's how new it is.
Really? Yeah, I mean, that is so, you can grease that thing, trying to take care of it, first time you use it, all the grease sports out. I mean, it's just, pins wore out. One track don't work, we spent a couple $1,000s on the tracks last year, just trying to Band-Aid everything, keep it going, but it's junk. I mean, it's just junk.
What is the wishes of the council?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and second, any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 5-0.
Did Chris is on, bro? You where you going?
He barely did.
Oh.
He, about to read the question. Discuss and take action to put 1200, South Commerce Street up for bids. Blake, if I do this wrong or something, let me know.
I will absolutely speak up, but you're not gonna get it wrong.
Okay. What you have, the sheet with the picture on it that was in your packet? We did have someone from, Caldwell Bank to come and give us just give us a approximate price on it. And on that first sentence, I sent back about 15 pages, but I gave you 3 there that, he gives you the low range, 424, 508, the high range, 685, 042, and, the average price was 508, 737, their first price. And his recommended selling, of course, we're gonna put it up for bid, so that doesn't matter to us, but I just put this out for you, just, no ballpark, 475, so 475,000, so. But we will be putting it up for bids and.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
A motion second, any discussion?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My question is, would there be a benefit to keeping this for the city? Why not? Or should it be sold? Would it not be used for storage or, workshop for your equipment?
You've got a good point, Dave, until we could build a shop down there at the new place, I mean, cause we've got to have a shop, I mean, there's no way around that. And that might be the options, and then, is to continue using this, and we might could, you might could rent out the other stuff, the front offices or something, I'm not sure. Just have to look at the options there, but we definitely need to use it for a while. You know, it's okay to get some feelers out there, and, you know, we might could run across the perfect deal to where somebody wanted to put a business in here, and they might would purchase it for X amount of dollars. And then I'm just saying, just what if, you know, this might happen, and they might could purchase it, where we go ahead and get a shop built down there at the new facility, and then we could get this back on the tax roll. But we do definitely need a place to put stuff as far as shop and parks and stuff. And I've looked at other options and there's just not no other options. I mean, the sewer plant, little old shop building's not as big as this room, so it's not an option out there. You had a question there.
Well, yeah, I'd like to say, just so everybody gets part for boards. When we get moved down there to the new building, and on the PD side, construction was supposed to start this week, looks like it may be next. But we've gotta keep our animals and things like that in mind. Here, we have the pens with a covered shelter. Down there, we're not gonna have that. So, to me, it should be a slow process, especially as far as selling it. We cannot, the PD, I'll say again, cannot move until the state gives us authorization, and they have to come in. So for the TLET system that we have, we wanna keep for sure, they have to come in, they have to physically move that satellite and put it down there, and the equipment and put it down there. Until they give us the go-ahead, sold or not, we can't go anywhere.
I'd just put this on the agenda this time so we'd have it behind us. Whenever we do get, I know the police department was going to take longer to get out of here than what, the city side will. But just put it on there, we'll have it behind us, and whenever, time comes, whenever we feel like we can, I know we gotta put some fences, and I hope a better shop. But this shop back here, if y'all haven't walked through it, you need to walk through it. But, it's not real good, so, better shop. So I'm not just saying we're in a hurry to do this, but at least we'll have it approved. When we get ready, all we gotta do is move.
That was gonna be my question.
Yeah.
And we don't want
No.
to. I don't think we do.
That's up to our city manager and our police department.
As far as the building going up for sale, it'll be a while.
And that's what concerns me about what the city manager and the chief have both said about this. If you decide to put it out for bids and it comes in with a good bid, and here's the cash for it, you just heard about some of the problems that they said might occur, and I really think we should reconsider.
One thing is maintaining this old building. I mean, even Shane just said the air conditioner and all, it's expensive to run and maintaining what's here. You look around, it leaks everywhere. There's a leak right back there in the corner. And it's leaking everywhere, so we have to do something with the roof and whatever like that if we do hang on to it. So, do we fix it up and move on, or do we get rid of it?
What's the process like, when the bidding starts?
Clay, can you walk us
So what
through
we
something
would
like
do,
that?
yeah, so what we would do, it's all a statutory process, we just follow the statute, so we'll, post notice of the bids, we'll put a bid date, Chris will set bids by a certain date, we'll open those bids, we'll see what they are, we're not under any obligation to accept a bid.
Yeah.
So we can open bids, and if we don't like the bids, or we feel like, you know what, we need to rethink this, all we have to do is pump the brakes and say, we're not gonna accept any of these bids. So, the bid process is not any obligation on the part of the council to sell. And then well, let's say we get a bid we like, we can accept that bid, it's still subject to reaching an agreement with a contract with the buyer. So, the bid process is really nothing more than just kind of a feeling out process to see what's out there, get some bids in, if you like one, great, but you don't have to accept any of them.
That's all this whole conversation is about. The only reason to put this on the agenda is just more or less to see what's out there. And, like Blake just said, we're not obligated to take the offer. But, it would be nice to kind of put it out there to where, and we still had that option whether we could or could not take offers, because probably not, but we always hoped maybe a business might want to come to town that we can actually accommodate. And if that option was there, it would be nice if the council approved it to where we could move on it. Whether we had to make a deal with them after, hey, give us 6 months to get a building built down here. I mean, there's all kinds of, variations of what you can do.
So I guess if you put that out there and a bid come in that was sufficient or well liked, then we still have to come back before council to
Right.
It's, that's right, Chief, it's all a council decision. Administratively, our administrative team would accept the bids, but then they would be presented to the council to open, and any action on those bids is a council action.
So we're not, nothing's obligating anybody here, it's just trying to put the feelers out there of what we can and can't do. And then we'll still bring it back before council.
And we don't even have to put out the bids before, maybe Brian gives us a time period when they might be ready to get out. So
If-
where we still have to build some buildings and sheds or whatever.
But it would give us the option, like if somebody contacts it, hey, we need that piece of property, to do this right here, and we say, okay, well, give us, 90 days, and we'll get it on the market, and y'all can bid on it. So, just kind of give you some, little bit of leeway where you just kind of see what's out there.
A motion second, any more discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand.
Who made the motion?
Michael and April. Motion passes 5-0. Discuss and take action on the Overton Rotary Club's request to host the Fall Fest. I'm gonna call Lauren Pepper up at this time, I think they've agreed to do that this year, and she's representing them.
Hello, I'm Lauren Pepper. So we just want permission to host it, and then we have proposed October 28th for the date of it.
And y'all let us know before then what streets you want
Oh,
closed
yes, if
down.
I need to come back. then
No, you just have to work with, Chief Bull on, what streets need to be closed down and whatever like that. And
We can do
security, whether you need him down there, whatever,
Okay.
Motion to approve.
okay?
Second.
A motion second, any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 5-0. Add Lisa Hemus to the general fund and treasury management accounts as an authorized signer at the Texas Bank and Trust. Basically, we did this last month, and they came back, they've got a more stringent, way of doing things now, and you have to name the specific accounts you want to put on. We just added her to our bank account, I think, some general language last month. But now they want you exactly which accounts you want her added to, so that's the reason we're backing up on this.
Motion approved.
Second.
At least I'm remembering your name this time. I have a motion and second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 5-0. Okay, number 8, convene into executive session. The Overton City Council will convene into executive session, discuss the following matters as authorized by section 551074 of the Texas Government Code regarding personnel matters, including appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee. And number 1 is A is Chief Pool, and B is vacant police officer position. And we're going in at 7.